Hi guys, Swansea here, back again from a match preview. Can't believe it's already the second match for Swansea City in this Tournament Championship this season. And of course, Swansea City then, first home game of our new campaign, and it is against Blackburn Rovers. Now, before we get on to the preview, guys, I'm going to give a few little plugs to my fantasy leagues. Of course, a few weeks ago, I did announce my Championship Gaffro League. You've still got time to join. Yes, it has been one game week, so if you do join now, you will be behind in points. Please still join. There's about 35 of you in the league, so please join. The link is all down below. I'll have the link to the website and the link to join through the code. And also, which will be a lot more appealing to a lot of you, I'm assuming, I've created a fancy Premier League code as well and create my own Swans Away Days YouTube league. The link will be that down below. Both links in my description. If you don't get my description, you literally click under where it says likes and dislikes and click the little arrow. It takes you to the description what will be in this video. Yeah, so the links will be there, the codes will be there. Please join. But anyway, on to the preview. Swansea City then last week 1-1 draw away to Rotherham United. Now, looking back of it, I think it's a good point. You know, Rotherham had some very good chances. First half, you know, we weren't that great. You know, Rotherham really did threaten now and again. You know, they had 8 shots on target, which was the most in match day 1, which just shows that, you know, Ogben was having a fantastic game. And another day Rotherham could have won, another day we could have won, but at the end of the day, I don't think both teams are that upset with a draw. You know, for Swansea City fans, I've seen some really poor, you know, things in terms of people disrespecting the way Rotherham play and stuff like that. At the end of the day, you know, Rotherham haven't got as much quality as we have. They don't pay as much wages as we have. So, fair play to them. They give it a good go and best luck to them this season. That's what I say. But Blackburn Rovers then, with their new manager, they had a 1-0 victory over Queen's Park Rangers. Pretty comfortable victory in the end. The scoreline doesn't do Blackburn much justice in terms of their domination. And the goal ruled out from Brereton Diaz. Brereton Diaz then had an effort just wide of the post. Yeah, they really bad QPR. QPR's only decent effort was about a 25-yard strike from Kai, their centre-half. And yeah, that was about it. Yeah, so really good performance from Blackburn in that one. Last 5 games in between the two sides, Swansea City have won 2 of them. There's been 2 draws and 1 loss, which happened last season in Russell Martin's first game in charge of Swansea City. So as you could tell, very tight in terms of, you know, both teams in recent form with each other. There'll be a tight game again at the Swansea.com stadium tomorrow. A good start for us then in the last 5 home games against Blackburn Rovers. We're currently undefeated. Blackburn's last victory at Swansea City came in 1983, where we used to play at the Vetch Field. On to Blackburn's 3 best players so far this season. Of course, there's only been 1 game, so realistically, their 3 best players against Queen's Park Rangers. Third place, John Buckley, 7.88. Second place, Callum Britton, 7.89. And in first place, captain and a goal on the first day of the season, Lewis Travis, with an 8.56. Some very good players there for Blackburn. There's not even mentioning Brereton Diaz or Bradley Dack either. Of course, Bradley Dack just come back from fitness as well. Doesn't want to get injured. He has really bad luck with injuries. And Blackburn then have done a bit of activity in the market this week, signing Tyler Morton on loan from Liverpool. Now, I was doing a short Q&A on Twitter last week, and a Liverpool fan asked me what Liverpool player would I sign on loan, and I actually said Tyler Morton. And yeah, I'm actually a bit gutted out couldn't get that player at Swansea City. And they also signed Sammy Smuddox from Peterborough United, which is a decent signing. Played for Peterborough last season, did relatively well. Played against Cheltenham as well last week in League One. So yeah, he'll be a decent signing. What worries me about this game, though, is Brereton Diaz against Joel Latibordia. Now, Brereton Diaz, of course, last season was playing more of an up-front role, but in the first game then, under Joel Dal Thomason, he played a left wing or left forward role with Gallagher on the right and Lewis Vale up front. So, yeah, it worries me because Diaz will be coming up against Latibordia, and when we're playing like Diaz, we're playing a 5 at the back. I can't see Latibordia getting forward at all, because when you got to play like Diaz, you just can't afford to give him much space and can't afford to not mark him. So I think our right-hand side Saturday will be effed. I don't want to swear, but, you know, Latibordia had a very poor game against Charlton. He got absolutely rinsed by their wing. And against Rotherham, decent going forward. He was a ghost. I like Latibordia. Fair play to him for taking on the role. I know centre-half is his usual role, so I give him credit for giving him an opportunity. I'm giving credit for not moaning. But if we want to be a serious side this season, we have got to get a wing back in sooner rather than later. Sornola played last week, and I thought he was very poor. First game, you know, I can lay him off. But with Latibordia, same as last season, he gives her his best, but his best isn't good enough. We need a wing back desperately, because I think our team is 1 or 2 signings away from definitely being a top 6 contender. We saw signs last week against Rotherham. There's some fantastic football in there, but we need a right wing back sooner rather than later. I know we got to get rid of players first, but there's some players who we could easily get rid of. Carl Joseph, he's definitely available on loan. Garrick, you could definitely get rid of him again on loan. Bender could go for decent money, around about £700,000. That's a bit of money in the bank. Ryan Bennett, you could just give a club and say, we don't want a transfer fee, but you can just have to agree wages. That's another one. We've got to be a bit quicker with our transfer business because we've only made 4 signings and we've only got rid of... How many players we got rid of? 2? Yeah, not great. 3 actually. Morgan Whittaker's left. Of course, Flynn Downs left. That's 2. And obviously Lewis Way went to Aberystwyth. But anyway, enough of my negativity. We do have a Blackburn Rovers fan on. Thank you very much, Drik, for coming on the channel. He's like American, so I know, some people can't really understand American accents, but trust me, I've listened to his clip. It's all good. His channel's Blackburn Rovers. He's got around about 27,000 subscribers, which is fantastic. So it's really, really good for me to get a guy of this caliber onto the channel. So subscribe to him, link down below, and let's see what he's got to say about Blackburn on Saturday.
Hello, my name is Drik from Blackburn Rovers, your one-stop shop for all things Blackburn Rovers, Championship, World Cup. We got it all here under Ron Roofsky. Of course, we are looking forward to this weekend's action up against Swansea City down in Wales, of course. Looking forward to the game. My expectations for this season for Blackburn Rovers, of course, a brand new manager with Yundal Thomason. Formerly of course, Malmo, so he comes with a bit of pedigree from Scandinavian football, and he also comes with a bit of a reputation, or an unsolved, or he comes with a bit of redemption needed. He's trying to redeem himself from his previous exploits here in England when he was a player in the Premier League for Newcastle United. So he's got a score to settle there. And I believe he will succeed. He will settle that score. I don't think it'll be this season. I think Blackburn Rovers are going to have a bit of a transitional season. There's still a lot of uncertainty and question marks heading into this weekend's game against Swansea City, and also into the end of the transfer window with I believe we are about 4 or 5 players short still, and some major question marks revolving around Ben Burton Diaz, whether he's going to stay or go. Of course, if he stays, it's a bit of a ticking time bomb, where of course we need him to either sign a new contract or not, and then we're going to be left with nothing left at the end of the season. So yeah, for me, a transitional season. If we can get anything above 12th, then we are on the right track. And I would like to put some similarities to some managers that have come in the past from out of nowhere, some obscure managers. Valérien Ismaël, of course, with his fantastic high-tempo pressing football, which, of course, got Barnsley to the playoffs, is what we hope to emulate. I don't know if it's going to happen in one season. And also, maybe some comparisons can be made to Daniel Farke after, of course, his first a couple of seasons in Norwich. First season, a bit of a damp squib, nothing much going on there. But the second season was when it really kicked into life, of course, as they secure promotion. So hopefully, with this new young, fresh approach, we can actually push Rovers a little bit further to the playoff spots. But this season, it's kind of a lucky dip. We don't know what we're going to get. 3 key players we need to look out for. Well, I'm going to give humongous plaudits here, humongous admiration to our number 1. That's right, Thomas Kaminski. We went through a bit of a drought or a barren spell, really, of goalkeepers for Blackburn Rovers. David Raya was good for us, and yes, but he wasn't fantastic. And I have felt much more comfortable with a more mature goalkeeper between the sticks. He's not an aging goalkeeper. He's not a young assassin. He's in that right in the middle age, late 20s. And of course, he is Belgium's number 3 right now. So I do appreciate having him. Of course, signed a new deal quite recently. And again, a fingertip save last weekend against QPR to deny the visitors on the opening day. So he is number 1 for Rovers, number 1 for me. And he is number 1 in my 3 players to keep an eye out for this coming weekend. Number 2, I'm going to go for another a guy who goes under the radar a lot. But when fit, when playing, He is absolutely phenomenal. A Rolls Royce defender. We're talking about Daniel Ayala, aka ex-Borough, ex-Liverpool player, but now, of course, on the books of Blackburn Rovers. He is 31 years old now, getting on a little bit, but really, we could actually get the best years out of him. I think he started off great last weekend against QPR, and when playing, he is a juggernaut, a mountain. And hopefully we can keep him fit, because if we can have him and one other walking alongside him, or maybe somebody else, if the transfer window is kind to us, playing alongside Daniel Ayala, I think we'll have a nice balance between maturity, youth, and excitement, really. So those are the two at the back that probably don't get as much plaudits. If I was to say a third player to look out for, will be another guy, Point to Prove. And again, I'm not sure if he's going to start, but I'm sure he's going to get minutes. It's Sammy Smodic, of course, new arrival at Blackburn Rovers sees, of course, coming at you from Peterborough, midweek transfer, or early week early in the week he was a transfer. He's got a score to settle. He is a dazzler. He's a creator. He can score goals. He's got a foot on him as well. So he is going to have a point to prove this weekend, but I just don't know where he's going to fit in this weekend. Is he going to start? Is he going to be on the bench? I'm sure he's going to be in the squad, and he will get some minutes this weekend. Score prediction for me. We're not the greatest record over in Swansea, so if we can come out of this unbeaten, then I'll take that to the bank. So I'm going to go with a draw myself on this one. And of course, the previous match against QPR was a great start to the campaign for us, getting a win. We have been known to be pretty bad on the off, season in, season out. There's only last season against Swansea where we actually won on opening day. So we've broken that hoodoo. We now actually made it back-to-back wins on opening day. It was a solid performance without flattering ourselves a little bit. Diaz looked good on occasions, but yet he couldn't find the back of the net legally anyway. And Travis with a rocket just like that of young Darling with you guys, of course, coming out of nowhere, thunder bastard, they say. So hopefully both Darling and Travis are in action, and hopefully Travis will get another one this weekend from deep. As we hope to snatch something from the Swans this coming weekend. Hopefully you guys have a good season after today, and of course we'll look forward to having you back at Ewood Park when these two sides meet. But until then, I'm Drik Copeland, Blackburn Rovers sees, and I'll see you all soon. Make sure you stop by on the channel. But until then, boys and girls, we're out of here.
Thank you very much, Drik, for coming on the channel. Really do appreciate it, mate. Like I said, his link is down below, so feel free to subscribe. Now, for Blackburn Rovers, no former Swansea City players I could tell. They do have two Welsh players, though, who started against QPR, Lewis Vale and Ryan Hedges. I think Ryan Hedges used to play for Aberdeen, if I do say so correct. Anyway, on to my lineup. I'm going to keep it short and simple, same as last week. Andy Fisher, Joe Latibolia, Nathan Wood, Carl Norton, Harry Darling, Matty Serenola, Jay Fulton, Matt Grimes, Joel Perreault, Jimmy Patterson, Michael Obafemi up top. Now, if this was 13, 14 games of the season, there'd be a couple of changes I'm making there. But let's be fair, Jay Fulton, only real option we got at the moment. Joe Allen hopefully is on the bench. I don't think Cabango's going to be ready yet. I know he was on the bench last week, but I think for Alan Cabango, the game against Oxford's a perfect time to bring them back in. Obafemi, he had a very, very poor game last week. In my opinion, his worst game in a Swansea City shirt. But his Swansea City career basically kicked off against Blackburn last season. He was only a second goal for the club in February, and he really kicked on from there. So hopefully Obafemi can, turn around that performance from last week. Score prediction. Now, I went positive last week, and we drew. It seems that my curse from last season, where I predict us to win, we lose or draw, and I predict us to draw or lose, and we win. So I'm going for a Blackburn Rovers win, and hope it's a jinx, but I wouldn't be surprised if Blackburn do win, though, because they've got some very, very quality players. I go 2-0 to the Rovers. Goal scorers, Ben Brereton Diaz and Sam Gallagher. Now, in terms of the vlog, I don't think I'll be able to get the vlog up an hour or two after the game, because I've got work at 6 till 10 o'clock. Straight after the game, so I'm going straight to work after the game. So the vlog will be up around about midnight, so hopefully you guys stay awake, avoid your partying, avoid your clubs, watch my video at midnight, and then feel free to do whatever you want on Saturday night. So the vlog will be up about midnight. Fingers crossed it's a good game, so you guys can wait, and, it's something to wait for. But anyway, that's it for the preview. If you did enjoy, please like, comment, subscribe. A big, big thank you for 5,000 subscribers. Absolutely mental. Really, really do appreciate the support, and the next goal is probably 6k for the end of the season. That's going to be a tough one. But like I said, if you know anyone in your friends or families who like championship content, like Swansea City, then feel free to subscribe. But anyway, thank you very much for Drik coming on the channel. Like I said, link down below. Let me know your score predictions. I've unfortunately gone for a 2-0 loss, like I've said, but hopefully I'm wrong. I put my championship score prediction out yesterday, so make sure you put your comments in that one of all the score predictions, and you could get a chance to represent the viewers. But yeah, thanks for watching, and let's hope the Swans can win on Saturday. We're still looking for our first win of the season. Let's hope we get it Saturday.
I need one more chance, oh baby, let me show you. I need one more chance, oh.